It's so nice to be back in another training montage cut.
Oh yeah.
We get so many of these.
I just love the sounds of swords being, scraped and slapped together and just having that constant like, okay, try it again. Okay, try it again.
It's
You
kind of
know?
like a clang clang sound.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more of a cling clang. More of a
More
cling
of a clang clang.
If there's one downside to this montage, is that we don't have a kick-ass 80s song to go with it. There's no Eye of the Tiger or You're the Best Around or even like Dreams by the Cranberries.
clang.
What
I
would it
mean,
be?
you are appealing to me for sure with that. I'm wondering what would be a good 80s rock song to go to,
Well, it's from
Anthony?
1998, so an 80s song would be terrible.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, a 90s song? Okay. How about like I wish you could step back from that ledge, my friend. No.
No, we could do Pearl Jam Given to Fly.
Mhm.
Ooh.
We could do I'm literally looking up songs that came out in 1998. Now this one is unfortunately going to compete with Aerosmith's I don't want to miss a thing. I don't think it has anything to do with it. So that's good.
I
Oh,
mean,
we could use Closing Time. Closing Time. What? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they came out in 1998, but like I'm always a fan of like flagpole sittas,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
me too.
that or flagpole sitta. It's just one.
Sitta.
Or
Yeah, that
like you could get a little bit of New Radicals in there. You only get what you give.
oh, I hate that song.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the
I got
best
it, guys.
song.
I got it. It's the Brian Setzer Orchestra Jump Jive and Wail. 1998.
Oh my God. Speed up the footage.
Rick,
Rick.
you have homework.
All right.
Jump Jive and
All right. Well, let's get into this. Roll the intro.
I like my swords with ska.
Welcome, sword boys, girls, and all the swords in our armory to another episode of the Sword Boys Cut by Cut podcast. I am Rick.
I'm Robin.
I am Alejandro.
That's right, Jonathan, because this episode we're talking about Cut 3, which begins with Alejandro trying to drown his sorrow and ends with a self-stylized Zorro fleeing a garrison before it explodes.
And California whiskey. But that's good. No tequila. What a weird thing.
Well,
Okay.
he's got limes on the table. And I'm like, wait, what?
Limes and
Yeah.
whiskey? Maybe they just put limes in everything back then because they didn't want to get scurvy.
I mean, you gotta stave off scurvy any way you can. But I mean, tequila, that stuff was introduced to the American continent before whiskey was. Like, according to Wikipedia, when the Spanish were colonizing, the Yucatan Peninsula and whatnot, like they figured out tequila, and then like later on, when the English came to like the New England, Virginia area, they brought whiskey with them. So like technically, tequila's got a longer history in
Mhm,
that
mhm.
area.
There
Now-
is no evidence to suggest Mexican whiskey was produced in California during the 1800s.
Now I am thinking this setting seems very familiar. Do we just think maybe the bride and Esteban are kind of talking together across the way? We're just not seeing them.
Wait, somewhere in the background, there's like an ancestor of Esteban who's like, you know what? This area is really nice. I think I'm gonna like maybe set up like a drink shack over there and
Yeah,
combine it
yeah,
with a
yeah.
brothel. Hopefully it'll all be smooth sailing from here and it'll never turn into a dingy little shack.
A brothel, huh? Does that mean I'll get honest pay if I work there? Do you have benefits? Benefit will be I will not slash your face.
Right.
Hey, by the way, this is not even by the way, it's not even related, but I did look up the Spanish translation of Sword Boys, and we should be calling ourselves Muchachos Espada. this
Oh,
season.
yeah, that's us.
We are the Muchachos Espada.
It's not bad.
Okay. So one of my first notes here is Antonio a good drunk actor? Like acting really good as a drunk? I'm not believing that he's drunk. And I'm wondering if is it him or is like Is it because he's looking too good? He looks like he should have like a drizzle of sweat across his face, like
Yeah, there's a
something
problem.
running down his.
He was in the desert an hour ago, and he walked from the desert to this town. Not a drop of sweat on anybody in this movie. Have you noticed that no one is sweating? I have a problem with that.
I mean,
You're wearing, maybe it's winter.
yeah.
Speaking of the bride, Al should have showed up looking like the bride after taking himself out of the grave. Anyway,
He sidles up to the bar. I would like a glass of water, please.
would you like Spanish whiskey with limes?
Okay. Not only are there limes on the table, I'm seeing just now there's also a little dish of salt in case you want to wet the rim and your
Yeah.
glass.
And if you notice behind them, they're coconuts. I don't think they know what Mexico is. I'm worried. I mean, they're coconuts in Mexico, but I don't think the people were like eating them.
Welcome, muchachos, to the
Here's
coconut
a
grove here.
whole unbroken open coconut. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? I need a
You're
sledgehammer.
going to put lime in it.
Hmm.
You put the lime in
my
the
God,
coconut.
Okay, that's the song.
Yeah.
Well, luckily he's stopped by
Yes.
old man Zorro.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad
Go, Diego,
somebody
go.
came along and stopped Alejandro from grabbing the server because I need to remind everybody that is rude.
Don't do that.
Don't grab your server.
Don't touch your server. You can tip your server. Don't touch.
Mhm.
Right.
So yeah, he's trying to pawn off his necklace. His what we are
Amulet.
going to find out is the Master Circle, but what really looks like the time machine from Men in Black 3.
Mm.
It holds in his hand and has
Yep.
to flick it with his thumb. That's what it looks like.
I haven't seen that one. Would that be a good TC Boo?
No,
No. Okay.
there are no swords.
How about like Tommy Lee Jones's sharp wit? I mean, is that close
Well,
enough?
he's not in it.
Oh,
No, they
Never mind.
replaced him with what is it? Josh Brolin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, not replaced. He's the younger version.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
He's at
I
the end.
love how every time an important person is seen on screen for the first time this cut, there is a flautist off to the side who is like giving some sort of like audible embellishment of like, hey, here's this guy. Oh, here's that guy.
Oh yeah, it's
Or
always
the-
a ooh. It's
Yeah.
the Hawk the Slayer. Ooh, ooh.
Or the guitarist, the mariachi standing off screen going, "Ja-ja-ja-ja-jun." And some people,
Well, they
Nothing.
obviously
That
knew
didn't
what was
come through.
going on, whereas the people in this scene are like, what should we have them drink? What's Mexican? Whiskey? Sure. And it's not Mexican. They're California. I keep saying
Yeah,
Mexican. They're not Mexicans. They're Californians.
yeah, that's right. The Californian whiskey. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a misunderstanding. Maybe Diego is just thinking he's drinking whiskey, is not paying attention to the
You are
limes
drinking
and
tequila,
salt.
dummy.
You know, it's funny. The one alcohol that I most commonly assign to California is just wine because
Oh,
of,
yeah.
all the wine country. But I'm guessing by 1841, they weren't that far north and that established in their winemaking. I don't know. I haven't looked it up.
Still, I'd love a montage of Al and Diego just like on a tour,
Just going
sampling.
sideways.
Yeah. Getting into a drunken argument, that kind of
So yeah, very British Zorro shows up and asks him, he basically takes him in the back because he sees Colonel Love and he wants to kill him, but he's drunk and he's, giving him that sage wisdom of you're drunk, you're just going to get killed quickly and that won't do anything.
Yeah. I thought it was really strange when Diego turned around and saw Captain Love. He said, "Who's that? He bears a striking resemblance to David Hyde Pierce."
Mm-hmm. Hey, is that David Hyde Pierce? No, that's Captain Love. I get that all the time.
That's Fraser's brother. I could notice him anywhere.
Yep. So how long has taken place between his brother being killed and now?
I mean, the way you guys are talking about it, he basically stumbled in from all that. But yeah, he could have been drinking for days. Not that you would actually tell by the way he looks. And again, maybe it's the makeup artist's fault.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did him up better.
It's been
More
long
slovenly.
enough that Joaquin's head is
you
no
okay?
longer hanging from the
Rick, stop
saddle.
drinking whiskey. Pay attention.
Joaquin's head is no longer hanging from the saddle. Diego has, had time to dig himself out of his grave, find his clothes, have his existential panic on the beach, and then stumble back
yeah.
into town to find Alejandro here. So, I mean, it feels like it's been at least a couple of days.
Montero did a whole boat ride. I mean, how close
Yeah.
was the? Yeah,
We get some good sword fightings.
Oh,
Well, it's not sword fighting because one guy has a stick. So,
Yeah.
but Alejandro has this cool move
back
where he yanks his sword and the sword kind of comes out halfway before he grabs it. Kind of like that. That's a good move.
It's kind of cool. Yep.
I mean, it's useless because he's all flash, no whatever. No
I love
substance.
when he like pulls the scabbard and just tosses it and throws it into some shelves with some tableware, and I'm waiting for the guy going. Hey,
bartender's like, "Hey man,
excuse
you
me,
pay for those drinks? Can you fuck off?" Like,
Yeah.
really?
And someone's got to clean that up. That someone's me.
And does Diego
I am
literally
the only whiskey provider in this entire town.
Does Diego literally throw Al into some straw men?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, he's just basically knocking him all over the place with the sword,
Mhm.
with his stick. And then Alejandro explains his brother was given it, and he's basically like, "You're welcome. What for? For saving your life, kind of like you did to me." So it's a big, "Hey, I'm Zorro," and then we cut right to Zorro's cave. What is the cave of the fox in Spanish? Is that
The cave of Zorro.
It's La Guardia de Zorro.
Yeah.
LaGuardia?
Yeah.
It means cave. Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, we did.
Zorro
I don't like
means
that.
fox.
Well, I know what Zorro means. Yeah. So who cleans it up between the scenes? There's a scene right now where it's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
Yes.
covered. And
I
then
did notice
later,
that.
it's like fine.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's additional training stuff that we don't get to see. And at one point, Diego definitely is like whipping Alejandro, be like, if you can push a broom, you can push a sword.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now sweep the floor.
Yeah.
Sweep the floor, dust the floor.
And Alejandro's like, Mr. De La Vega, I just don't understand how this is going to help me sword fight. And he's like, do not question me.
I'm going to teach you
Son.
sword fighting in 3
Son.
weeks, kind of like karate.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
less
that
than a
is- that
summer,
is-
you will become fantastic.
That is another thing where like I'm wondering how much time has passed. Like this.
Yeah,
whole
I'm
training
going
thing.
with, I mean, truthfully, I think it's maybe a couple of months. Maybe.
I mean,
because it seems like a couple of days.
It does.
yeah, you got to pack. You can't pack 10,000 hours, so you can't be a full master. Like we're talking about less than that, but even so,
I think we're also supposed to think that Alejandro is a bit of a prodigy. Like he does quickly learn, and we don't get a lot of scenes with him failing after the first failure. It's mostly just him learning. I guess Don Diego de la Vega is an excellent teacher.
well, we also know that Antonio Banderas himself is an excellent student. So
Yes.
a little that is bleeding into Alejandro,
And a
I'm
bit
sure.
of a dancer. So he's, no problems whatsoever on the dance part, because the foot stuff in this is pretty great.
Speaking of the dancing, like right as the scene started, like as Diego is just kind of avoiding some of Al's questions, like Al does this little jump over the ropes, kind of holding the rope, and it's just very quick, but it's perfectly graceful.
Yeah, he's got like a
there's a hint there.
he's got like a dancer, or at least a theater person's like carriage. He carries himself well. He did it earlier when he was like goofing around, like being drunk. His legs flail out in like kind of like a cha, like kind of a fun, it's not bumbling. It is like, oh, he's a caged tiger just waiting to be pointed in the right direction. I do like that Don Diego de la Vega drinks an old ass bottle of wine. There you go, Rick. There's your wine.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
It's been sitting there aging for 20 years.
He
in a
calls that
fucking
whiskey
dank
too.
hole. What?
He calls that whiskey too.
Everything's whiskey.
He's just been locked up for so long. Everything's whiskey at this point.
Yes. So and so they clean it up relatively quickly, because the next scene they're in now, what we're learning is the Circle of the Master, which is the necklace that he used to wear. Does that mean that, let's go into some background. Does that mean De La Vega was taught this by someone else, or did he create this form? I feel like he may be the first Zorro, but he's not the first trained swordsman in this family, because why would you have this area just like, what are you farting around doing by yourself? Like, what can you do by yourself in this training area? Really, other than jump around on ropes, which looks super fun. But like, I'm wondering if there is a history. I've never read anything about his father being something because his father was just like a landowner. So,
Right. I don't remember reading anything about Zorro's, like who taught Zorro.
if
That's
they
the
did it
big question
today,
mark.
if they did it today, Zorro's dad, like Bruce Wayne's dad, was actually also like a bit of a vigilante himself, and we'd learn that he taught him.
Uh, I actually just did a quick Google about the Master's Circle, and it is
Mhm.
actually based on a Spanish tradition of fencing called La Verdadera Destreza.
Yeah,
Uh,
wow, your Spanish is awesome.
I try. It's actually hard for me to like speak in English at this point. I'm so good.
Am I even
The-
speaking English right now?
the word destreza literally translates to dexterity or skill ability, and so la verdadera destreza is the true skill or the true art. So yeah, it's
Okay.
it's a system of swordsmanship. Apparently the circles are different just from my quick skimming here, but yeah.
Yeah, I said it's not an actual scientific fact, though. This wasn't how people trained back then, but it is. People have used it before because concentric circles is a smart way to do it. Like you learn in a big circle so you can run around like an idiot. You learn a smaller circle so you control yourself, and then you're into a very small circle where because the point of sword fighting. Hey guys, we've never talked about this. What the point of sword fighting is?
What is
It's
the
just
point?
it's literally to stab the guy and
Yeah.
it'd be done. It's not
Yeah.
to flail around and have to and do the fighting. Like the fighting part's the bad part. Like when those of us that watch the Olympics, when you watch fencing seems boring because they're just jabbing people.
Yeah.
They're not ha ha ha, like they're not doing that because that's really what sword fighting is. Sword fighting is stabbing the pointy end goes to the other guy. That
Mhm.
is what
Like, yeah.
Alejandro says.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
He's
It's not-
rewatching that first season of Game of Thrones and he picked
It's
that up from
almost
Arya.
like our show is based on bad swordsmanship because we enjoy sword fights, and sword fights are a bad way to sword fight. A sword fight should last 2 seconds, and you should just walk up to him and just go and just stab him.
Do we need to rename the podcast to just
Yep.
cut? Sword Boys cut. Or Sword Boys, one poker. I
No,
don't
they
know.
still got swords. We're still sword boys because we love the swords, but the
Yeah.
fighting of it is not the end all be all. That is not the point of the point. Ha! That is not the pointy end of sword fighting. It's to win as fast as possible. And these are rapiers, so there's really no edge. We've only got the pointy end, really.
Yeah, I was
Now
about to
these
say,
swords seem a little thicker, so they feel like there is an edge, but I don't know if we're ever. Do we see a chopping? Is there a chopping other than Luff? Love does a chopping on the head, but he's got a
he's got a
different
cavalry
kinda-
saber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a cavalry saber, which is made for chopping.
Diego did a little bit of blocking when it came to a chop from Alejandro with his cane. And that thin little rapier sword was not able to chop right through a
Right.
wooden cane. It lacked the mass to
Yeah.
bust through it.
It's like a stick.
Yeah.
So yeah, they go into the master's circle, and he does the. I mean, this is very funny. He's like spinning around.
It's like he
Maybe-
exhausts himself.
It made me laugh.
Well, this is later where they're in their pirate shirts and their booties, and I will say he's behind me. God damn, is he sexy in this movie? That Hopkins.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. I'm telling you, this is probably the sexiest he's been.
I mean, he's
Name a
having
sexier Hopkins.
He is
performance.
having a Chico's kind of day. He dresses basically like a 70-year-old woman dresses now because he's in like these really blousy pants and his really blousy top. But other than that, very well done. He shaved down. Don Diego has shaved down to his whatever you want to call it. His
Mustache and soul patch.
His Zorro-esque outfit.
Oh, that's later. But
What?
because first we have the wardrobe change, right?
Yeah.
And Diego's like, you got to slow down. But I love how as he's learning the score and the hand claps that I won't do on mic because it won't pick it up, they just start getting faster and faster, and it's kind of
Yeah.
fun. And I made a note that like Al does this like dive roll, swings under ropes, and Diego's like, perfect. do it again. And that's what I'm thinking. He is less of a Miyagi and more of a Kubrick.
He's more of a George Lucas. Faster, louder,
more intensity.
Well, yeah, he's got to build up his flexibility, his upper body strength, his grip strength, the calluses on his hands. If he's going to be swinging across trees from balcony to balcony and doing crazy gymnastics on flagpoles, he's got to be ready for that.
Maybe he is a flagpole sort of.
Yeah.
And they do some slow motion fighting. They kind of like a left, right, parry, go up, down, and then they start doing it faster and faster. And
they starts whipping him for over lunging.
Yes, it's very. I love the whip being around. I love that he not only does he take the whip, fling it around himself, and then pull his own sword because he knows he's going to be mad at him. It's such an effortless. I mean, Anthony Hopkins is so good in this.
And he's like 1, 5, 3. Like I'd love to know each of these moves. It's almost like Superman.
It's a
like
1A,
1A, 1A.
What do you know it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like each position is like got associated with a number. There's a person on YouTube that I watch. She's an author. Can't remember her name off the top of my head, so I'm doing a terrible job of plugging for her. But she has studied stage combat, and so like there are different like quadrants of the body, and like the cuts coordinate to the quadrants. So like, okay, this is a 1 cut, it's a 2 cut, it's a 3 cut.
Yeah, there used to be. I remember when we took stage combat in college because I was in theater for a little while before I quit. There's sections, so you could learn easily. You can quickly once you know learn that the numbers. You could easily just be like, let's do a 1, 5, 3, and then a 2, 2, 5. You literally would learn the numbers, and then you would learn the move, and you could easily learn how to parry it really quickly. Mm-hmm. And that way you're just learning it real quick for stage combat because they don't care. They're not trying to kill you.
If you're like in control of an Ultraman, you can then control him by giving him 1A, 1A, 1A.
Right. Yeah. Or Real Steel.
Real Steel. Yeah.
By the way, that reviewer on YouTube is Jill Barup. Go check her out for a lot of cool sword fight analysis and stuff like that. She actually did like a whole episode just on the Alejandro Elena fight that we're not going to see, I think, until cut 5.
I think
it is.
Does she say sword fights should never happen and that all sword fights are bad and that you really should just stab the person first thing? Does she say that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's her credentials.
So lesson 1, because he gets a little crazy, he says never attack in anger. And now lesson 2 is you need a bath and a shave, and I need to make you look like Father Guido Sarducci right now. Yep. Like this needs to happen. Makeover time. This
is not the first lesson that Diego has imparted to Alejandro because he's very clearly learned a bunch of other stuff. So did he just does the Diego de la Vega method of teaching start at lesson 7 and then he jumps down to lesson 12 and then back to 6 and then maybe he'll go down
the numbers
to 27.
He was yelling out 5, 2, 1. That's the way the lessons work.
I do like what's lesson 3? And he's like, to get to lesson 4. And Banderas does the most largest eye roll you've ever seen.
You're also letting an old man bathe you, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got this. Imagine he's like, I'm going to draw you a bath now. And he's like, I'm good.
He gets him all cleaned up, and then we see kind of the progression. He has taken off the leather, the leather proof, the sword proof vest.
I was wondering what that thing was. Was it
so he doesn't get stuck by a better swordsman?
He only has so many shirts. It's it's a literal apron, as if he was cooking. He doesn't want to get sauce on it. He also doesn't want to get blood on it because he only has the one.
And this is where we start seeing Alejandro actually, doing well. And then he actually disarms Zorro. Now, I assume Zorro is also taking it easy on him right now, but still, it's a step forward.
But I love the part where he disarms Diego and he catches the sword. And he's won, but he says again because he's been instilled with that whole thing of practice makes perfect. You drill and you drill and you drill till you hit pay dirt.
And then we're back in town, and I love the way I love this in the old Zorro stuff. They never really did this in the old Zorro stuff, but poor people are invisible, so neither of them have to, and they'll say later on when he's a servant, when he pretends to be a servant, no one will pay attention to him. Like no one pays attention to poor people in this, so you can.
Why
you
won't
have the
anybody fight
anonymity.
me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why won't anyone fight me? But yeah, they
Yeah.
they go into town and they see a bunch of horses being led. There's this Andalusian horse being led. It's a big black one. Yeah, yeah, it is. Oh, he's magnificent. Holy shit. Even Clompo is impressed by new tornado.
Yeah.
I was wondering if this is something. This is a horse that Klompo is playing, or if this is just a supermodel they brought in, like long black hair,
I mean,
very
Well,
muscular
okay,
body.
hold on. I'm a working horse. This was like stunt horse that was brought in. He's great. I know him really well. We hung out together.
Andalusian horses are like the sport car of the horse world. They
He's
come
the
from
Ferrari
southern
of
Spain,
horses.
and they were like prized as war horses. Like the
Wait, isn't a
nation of
Ferrari a
Spain
horse?
would like gift Andalusians to other royalty.
And then and
No
Al
joke.
comes in and actually talks to him. He's kind of a horse whisperer. He's like, "You will be okay. Don't worry about your seasonal allergies. I will help you." And and the horse is like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then the little short piece of shit. This guy doesn't have does he have a name that we know of? I'm sure he does. We've seen him a million times in this movie already. The little short soldier.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forget.
Wait,
his
is this
name.
the same guy from when
Yeah.
Three Finger Jack tried to collect
Yep.
the bounty?
Yep. I'm gonna call him Pequeño.
Oh,
I'm calling him Pequeño. He's Pequeño. So
Okay.
that's his name. But yeah, this is when he pulls a rag off of Tornado.
Yeah.
And he makes it into a little mask, and now this feels like completely. Don Diego has not stopped him. I assume this is like okay. Like Don Diego's like, yeah, you're good enough. You can probably go get that horse. But I don't remember. Is the next scene? Does he yell at him? Because we don't do that in this cut. Does he yell at him about going to off and fucking around?
yeah.
and doing
Diego
this?
is not happy with the
Okay.
The nocturnal activities that
Okay.
Alejandro chooses to engage in.
Gotcha.
That's like in the next cut, though, right?
It is
Yeah,
in the next cut.
That's
We
what I
will
was.
get
I was
there.
like, because there's no real repercussions in this scene. He does get to meet Elena.
Wait, before we get, what is up with the black fabric that's wrapped around the horse's leg that he then uses as a mask?
Well, I
See,
mean-
I was just like, is it just something that's tied to him? Or I was like, also thinking like, is this the real Tornado? Like, is Tornado like really old, like old, like, 17
Yes.
years older?
This is
and
a
this
35-year-old horse.
this fabric is some sort of way to indicate that this was Zorro's horse at one time.
No, I
Like,
think
I don't know why it was tied to his foot.
I think the fabric
Hoof,
is meant to indicate that the horse just ran roughshod over this.
Oh yeah, he did
marketplace.
run through the Casbah.
Like-
He did run
Oh, he
through.
tore it off.
So he probably
was
grabbed
He
a
rocked
piece
that
of.
Casbah.
Yeah,
He's like covered. He's got a bottle of whiskey hanging from his neck, and that over on the side. Those are the
Andy
two
got
things he
fucked
has.
up that day. Yeah.
When I do it, I'm a nuisance. But
He
when
was like a
Tornado
horse
does
in a china shop.
a horse in a Mexican bazaar.
gee, why did that phrase not catch on? Like bull in a china shop. I wonder.
What, Mexican bazaar? No,
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, anyway, he meets
Okay.
Elena when he's dressed like a goofball. He's wearing a cape, like he's pretending to be Zorro, basically.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Peter Parker about to meet Macho Man Randy
Oh
Savage.
yeah, your bone saw.
Bonesaw, yes.
Yeah, he's about to. Yeah, so he's dressed like that. His uncle's about to die. He meets Elena and he's like, "Do not be very careful. There are dangerous men afoot." She's like, "When you see one, let me know."
I was wondering where that trope began. I went looking for that like crazy online. I'm like, that's a trope. I've heard that like a million times. It's along the lines of like, oh, we're more alike than, than you think or things like that. It's definitely a trope, but I could not find I was
She's
looking all over
definitely
TV tropes.
into him.
Oh, yeah.
She's into this, whatever this
He's
is.
fascinated.
Like
It's,
as he runs away and he gets to the top of the stairs and he does that little cape flourish,
Mm.
like the horse
pose.
shudders a little bit because suddenly like the saddle's a little more moist than it used to be.
Ooh, oh, come on.
it's kind of a daddy thing, honestly, if you think about it.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Who's
So
your
yeah,
padre?
he's going to the I guess this is the barracks for most of the soldiers.
Mhm.
He goes in there and he's going to steal. I love this. What you're talking about him being nimble. He does this little move when he comes out of the chimney upside down. He does another little incredibly nimble move where he holds himself up and then squats onto two legs. Like he's like his knees are almost up at his head.
It's almost
And
like yeah, like was his backstory like was he with the Flying Graysons at one time
yeah.
and we just
He's
don't
just
know about
nimble.
this?
Yeah.
He
He went
his
to
mother
the
were like an acrobatic troupe.
he went to
never
the Santa
slept-
Claus school of breaking into places.
I've never slept on the fifth highest bunk in
Oh my
these
God.
bunks, but fuck that. I'm not sleeping 5 bunks up. I'm
Yeah, we
forgetting.
need to talk about the general problem that is the bunk bed situation in these barracks because there are a lot of vertical supports and horizontal supports. Like these towers are held one tower to the other, but there need to be at least a few boards that are slanted, cross section supports, because as soon as I guess new Tornado 2 Electric Boogaloo gets in there and starts kicking things.
Call him
Those-
Tornado.
Tornado. There you go. As soon as
Some
Tornado
workshopping
gets in there
going
and
on
starts
there.
kicking these flat sections out, those bunk beds, they crumble like
I
tray
was
paper.
expecting more of a falling over,
Mhm.
kind of a mummy style.
I was
know.
thinking like how conscious is Tornado of what he's like. It seriously looks
Tornado.
like he's like, I'm gonna fuck this bed up, and I'm gonna fuck this bed up, and I'm gonna knock this guy on his
He
ass.
is, because he was gonna leave, and then he's like, "No, I'm gonna run in there and fuck with these guys because they fucked with me." And then
Yep.
he spins around a bunch of times, knocks their shit over, kicks 2 of them in the chest, and runs off.
Tornado is a vengeful being.
I
and
love
he is
him.
fully cognizant of the chaos he's causing.
I love him.
Isn't he Tosnado?
Just
He's like I kind of hear. Okay, this is the voice I hear for Tornado.
Tornadoes. Okay, sorry.
Tornadoes
Sorry, Jonathan.
is a good
Sorry.
one. I like
Sorry,
Tornadoes. Tornadoes is better. He has kind of a Gary Busey. That's that in my mind. That's the soul inhabiting Tornadoes. It's just kind of a, hey man, I'm crazy. Like you never know what he's gonna do. I love it.
Alejandro, get me 2.
No, that's get me 2.
Get me 2.
Two means dose. Tornadoes.
Tornadoes. Get it? It's my name. Now I'm Tornadoes with a Gary Busey accent. Okay, we
Yep.
can do this.
Just think of those crazy eyes. That's what I see as Tornadoes. So yeah, the guys are eating their meal and playing some cards, and one guy's playing the guitar, and they're like, "Shut the hell up, for the love of God!" It's what he's basically like. And Alejandro, puts the thing under the horse. He actually does the same exact thing that he does. He makes the face that he made when he does the gun. He's like, "Ooh," like it's the same face. It's like,
Yes.
ooh. The horse doesn't care. The horse has the same hair as Alejandro. I love that they have the same hairstyle. And he's like, "I'm going to give you the honor of being my horse." And the horse is like, "Okay, buddy."
sure,
Yeah,
buddy.
climb right on.
Gosh. Yeah, and he climbs on and he's like, "We are one spirit." And I'm like,
And then literally he loses his shit. And they it's good stunt work. They actually have a guy, bare buck, but he's riding the horse, like actually bucking. That's in a confined space. That's scary. That's some scary stunt work.
I'm frightened for the guys that get kicked with the horse. Like that is one thing that I always thought
That'll kill you.
would happen. Like quicksand. I'm gonna get kicked by a horse sometime. It's gonna be really bad.
Remember, I've told you my 2 stories before. I have had a store horse step on my foot.
Oh right, yes.
Luckily, I was in mud, so it didn't break anything. But it literally like pushed my a foot into the mud, and I'm like, "Ugh."
That'll
then-
learn you.
Yeah, I'll learn you. And then I've also fallen off a Clydesdale. So it didn't hit me,
Yeah.
thank God, but it's insanely bad. So this horse would fuck you up. If it hit you in the chest, you'd be dead.
yeah.
I'm sure.
So yeah, they're all fighting. They've all just come out, and Alejandro is now kicking them and pushing them and jumping back on the horse. He's trying to get out of there. And of course, the horse rides to go away and goes through the fucking wall again, but knocks him off. The horse is gone. He's still there. Now, this is the scene where I was like, I don't remember exactly what he does to get out of this, but he basically, they do a Three Stooges dog pile, and he just climbs out of the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never fully understood the concept of the dog pile. Yeah, that's one thing, but how do you then crawl out of a dog pile? with
Just
that
people in
much
there just hitting
mass.
each other, just hitting
Like,
their own guys.
yeah, like that never made sense to me.
Mhm.
Like he should be pinned to the ground.
Yeah, that's very cartoony. This movie has some very cartoonish
Oh
like
God.
hijinks, which I like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the one guy that jumps on top of the dog pile with a sword in his hand, I'm like, you're gonna friendly fire people.
Oh yeah, you're
Be
definitely gonna.
careful, my muchacho here.
And we get our first use of he's using a cannon to do it before he does the chandelier jump, but it's our like Robin Hood, Errol
Yes.
Flynn,
Yeah. The
Prince
captain
of
of the
Thieves.
guard,
Flynn.
the captain of the guard looks at him and he said, "I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon."
Yes.
I love. There's this one part where Al like punches one guy, knocks another down, and then just does this dive roll over a sword. It's so smooth. I'm like, who is this stuntman? We got to look him up sometime.
I also love the one where they stick all their swords through the grate and then he pulls it and then all their swords turn sideways. That
And then
was-
he's like, ha ha! He
Whoever
does
their- who was their fight coordinator? Did you say? I know who taught them fighting, but do we have who their actual the choreographer was on this? Because they're excellent. They've done an amazing job with this movie. Because this is also our first time. Once he does that, he actually fights with two swords. He's fighting two guys at once, and we start to see kind of his prowess as a sword fighter.
Yeah, all of that training time that we spent with Diego, it's finally paying off, and we're getting to see where he started in the bar versus where he's at now. Two separate beasts.
And then he's about.
Yeah.
Then of course he has to fight the giant Californian.
This is okay. I got you here. This is Mexican Pat Roach, otherwise
Okay.
known as La Cucaracha.
Yeah,
Right?
is that his actual name?
No, his actual name was
His name is
Oscar
not-
Serafin Gonzalez.
Oh, okay.
I tried to look up how tall he was, but
It's big.
like no one would tell me. They would just say, "Oh, you mean the guy from Mask of Zorro?" And I'm like, "Yes." How tall is he? And they're like, it's the guy from Zorro."
So he hits him with a couple of cannonballs a couple times. The good old cannonball shtick
Oh my God.
knocks
Oh,
him out.
painful.
Well, knocks his teeth out, and then I guess he falls over, knocked out. And then it's such a great move with the cannon, him standing over it, like with the fire, like hello.
It is so Bugs Bunny. Like this is
Oh,
the
it
most
is.
cartoonish thing that happens when he's just perfectly posed, holding the torch. Like, all right, what are you gonna do now?
Yep.
And he fucks it, and he fucks up that entire building, throws the fire, and of course it's now going to hit the gunpowder and blow up the entire place. So he's got to get out.
Yeah, I love it when he picks up the barrel of gunpowder because he's going to cut off the supply of powder, and then he realizes that the powder is leaking down to where the spark is. And I'm like, oh, I remember this from Muppet Treasure Island. And they're going to run back and forth across the room with the spark chasing him around. And then that one dog Muppet is going to get blasted through the ceiling. I've
that
seen
a
this
Zorro
before.
movie?
Have we learned if gunpowder actually does that? Does gunpowder follow a trail like that? How thick does it have to be? I guarantee you the Mythbusters have had to, like, how slowly do you have to pour gunpowder for it to, you know what I mean? Like how much we're talking grains per inch
Right.
there are to continue the fire.
Every time I've seen this, it's always been a really thick
Yeah.
line of gunpowder.
Yeah. I have a feeling it has to be kind of like it's kind of being fudged with what is it? Detonator wire,
Yeah.
you know, like dynamite fuse, because dynamite fuse will fucking light on fire. I used to play with that when we were kids. Don't ask. Weird childhood. But we would use dynamite fuses, and it was awesome because they light and they burn. They look like big, so they have the gunpowder look basically when you light them. So we used to tie G.I. Joe men up to them and then light them and then like drive their car off the ledge and then like halfway down it would explode and fire. Oh, so good.
Nice.
I burned so many G.I. Joes that way.
Well, to be fair, Alejandro burns a lot of his Mexican GI
Did
Joes
he
here.
murder those guys? Are they all dead?
There's a
assuming
lot
they
of
ran.
dead dudes from that.
Does Paquito show up again?
I don't think so.
I'll have to watch out in the next scene to see if Paquito ever comes back. But yeah, he kills about 25, I would say basically the garrison of the city.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is the
So-
comedy of the scene too. By the way, it's just like, you know, if this is just an action movie, he'd light the gunpowder and he'd be like, yeah, and he'd run away, walk slowly from explosion. But this is like, I don't want to blow the whole place up. Like I just
Oh
want
yeah,
the
he's
horse.
high stepping his way out of it. He's like, woo.
Yeah.
It is very goofy. It's like still the hijinks music is playing. We haven't until Colonel Love is really the only one. By the way, this whole movie, my entire life, I thought his name was Luff. Colonel Luff. It's close because, to be fair, the Mexican Californian accent has kind of the e on the end has like a love, like love. It's because it sounded like Luff to me.
Mhm.
So because when I was just in California this week.
Oh,
And I didn't go to any of these places, just so you know. But yeah, someone said Chicago, and they're from California, and they said Chicago with a ch.
Okay.
And I think luff. It sounds like luff. It sounds like luff, not love. So forever, I thought his name was Luff, Colonel Luff. Okay, Colonel Love, whatever. I don't care. But he's really the only one who is like he brings a darkness. Even I keep calling him the alcalde. That's not who this character is. The governor is not. He's evil, but he still loves Elena, and there's like a love. Whereas Colonel Love loves no one, ironically, and is like the evilness of this.
Yeah, I mean that's really by virtue of Raphael being paired up against Diego and like them kind of being the
right.
Like they're more. I don't want to say they're the B plot, but they are the B plot because
He's
Alejandro is Love.
because he's the one that he'll send you to a work camp,
Mhm.
whereas Love is the one who will cut your head off and then stick you in a jug and then drink you.
Yeah,
There's a difference. So yeah, they're two very you're right. There is a beat like the main guy. This is probably one of the first movies where Don Diego de la Vega is the B story,
mm-hmm.
and the A story is another dude.
Yeah, like we said back in Cut 1, it's Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
it is interesting though because I am like probably at this point probably just a little bit more invested in Don Diego getting his daughter back, getting revenge on Montero, and now we have this new guy, and he's got his own beef with this other thing that I don't know. I don't know them as well, but
because he hasn't told him any. Like Don Diego has not told Alejandro what's going on. Remember, he just kind of like pushes away the conversation that they're having about. Oh, like he's like new things have happened, and I can't just attack the guy I want to attack. I have to wait.
Yeah.
So because he now knows
complications.
There's something going on, and Diego in perfect Zorro fashion knows he's gonna fuck. The guy's gonna fuck with California, and even though he needs his daughter back, California is also a priority to Don Diego.
Yeah,
which I like.
I am a little perturbed by Diego when Alejandro is like, all right, what happened to you? Where were you for 20 years? Did you die? And then Diego's like, well,
Did you die?
I was kind of dead. Yeah. But we got to stop Raphael. Well, why can't we stop him? Complications. Like these are important details that would be helpful to have if you wanted to have like an equal partner in this like
I was dead metaphorically.
Right.
I am sorry. What?
I do like that Diego joins the pantheon of classic heroes who have to fight evil to reclaim their daughter. Kind of like Ra's al Ghul, but when he was in the Taken movies.
Sure.
Oh, imagine if Don Diego ended up bad at the end of this movie. Spoilers for Batman Begins, but
I mean, he was a rich landowner in California in the 1800s. Not great.
Am I the baddie?
I mean, who do you think swept up the cave de la Zorro? He had people. He has people that work for him. He probably threw a little money. You know that if he's got whiskey down there, he's also got a big chest of like the Phantom style, like Phantom Cave, where he's got just a shit ton of money, like just secreted it away. He has to, right?
Yeah. Where is this place?
It's got to be under the house, right?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely.
And they have a piano.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Certain keys, and you have to go down.
The fireplace slides to the side, and then he's able to come out of the cave.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, but that place is all burnt down, right?
And instead of it being two poles, he always has to take a whip out and whip it, and then whip down his way down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned the the Phantom because that was another one of those like classic hero movies that they made in this era. And I think they showed a lot of restraint not trying to do crossover movies with Zorro and the Phantom and what was one of the other ones like the Shadow.
I mean, I kind of would have seen that, but I mean that wouldn't work. The Shadow's the 1920s, and wait, what are we doing here? This is the 1860s or whatever the hell it is. 1840s. I don't even know.
Say, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Zorro falls into a time warp.
But Zorro and the Phantom would work, but the Phantom and the Shadow would be better together.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to bring it. Basically, you're doing Defenders of the Earth. Please put a montage of Defenders
of the Earth.
Yeah, you know the song. It was Flash Gordon. It wasn't Zorro. It was Flash Gordon, the Phantom, someone else. I forget who it was.
I don't know.
You ever watched Defenders of the Earth? It was just like they basically took all these characters and made them a super team, like the Super Friends or like the Justice League.
Public domain heroes assemble.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I have a question here for you guys while you're looking things up.
Mandrake.
Okay.
And Lothar.
Yeah, this was all like we need a black guy.
Mandrake was like a magician, right?
Yes.
And who's Lothar? Is he like a? Sounds like a caveman or like a.
That was Mandrake's assistant. You're thinking Lothar of the Hill People. That's a different.
That's probably what.
That's right.
All right. My other question that kind of sticks out here that we skipped past, but that scene with Al stealing a horse or just checking out the horses, I guess, and Elena runs across him. I'm not quite sure why he's checking out these horses in particular.
He's looking for the horse. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he's checking to see if the Andalusian is parked out front.
He's doing recon.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is, how easy was it to steal a horse back in the day? I mean, they're just sitting out there. Like, there's no car alarm.
Back in the day, it was so easy to steal anything because if no one saw you do it, you were scot-free.
And unless you put your literal brand on that horse, there's no other way. And that's why back then they used to have guys, this would be what Rick did. This is Rick's job back then. Rick would be that guy. He's not a blacksmith, but he makes brands to make other brands into new brands. So what you do is you rebrand it and be like, no, this is not two diamonds anymore. Now it's an S and an A and a T. Totally different.
I call it just a really cool S. It's not any type of specific S. No, it's just the cool S.
Oh, like the kind of S that people used to draw in their book when they were in like middle school?
Yeah.
That cool stylized S.
Man, if I lived back then and I had a ranch, that would 100% be my ranch symbol.
Oh yeah?
And people's minds would be blown and they wouldn't know why.
Mine would be like a butthole. And be like, how do you know that's your horse? It's got a butthole on it. All my horses have two buttholes. The one God gave them and the one I gave them.
It represents the crossroads of ideas.
Yep.
Got it.
I've got two buttholes. You're wondering if anyone's asking.
Oh, Clompy.
No one cares, Clompo. So this is a pretty good cut. This is like the beginning of some good fights.
Yeah.
We just got a little training. This is our first training in a while. We haven't had training in a movie. Wait, have we had training in a movie?
Well, Highlander.
We had a fair amount of training in Highlander. I guess running on the beach.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Katas on a waterfall.
Beastmaster, he kind of trains because remember he has that log he runs around with.
Oh, right.
But I mean, did
Hawk the Slayer train with anybody?
Oh no,
Hawk was just good.
Yeah,
that's true. He
born that way.
Yeah, Sonya got training from Clan Cuck. No, that was true. Clan Gooch.
Clan Gooch, not Clan Cuck. That's a different
from the Conan movies.
So that's where this cut ends.
Yes, the legend has returned. We're here finally. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying this movie.
He just wasn't able to stick the cool guys don't look at explosions thing from Desperado.
We're not there yet. He's not actually a cool guy yet. He's a goofball.
Right.
With skill.
So people need to stick around because coming up next time, following his explosive blunder in the barracks, Alejandro seeks sanctuary in a nearby chapel. After being shoved into the confessional, Alejandro must play pastor to Elena's late night confessions. Captain Love's sudden arrival forces Alejandro onto the roof, and he is miraculously able to escape with the Black End Illusion as his prize. Alejandro's antics neither delight nor amuse Diego, but an upcoming party at Montero's Hacienda means the next step in Alejandro's evolution is at hand. Disguised as a gentleman and his manservant, Alejandro and Diego make it into the party, charming both Rafael and Elena on their way in. Bernardo, pick up your feet for cut 4 of The Mask of Zorro.
Bernardo. What a great name. That's a great butler name.
Yeah.
Great manservant name. Love it. Well, good. I can't wait. And
Can't wait to call him Bernie.
If you like the show that we do and you want to hear more of us, go to patreon.com/swordboys. And you can sign up for monthly episodes. We do 2 episodes a month. We do a next time where we talk about what we're going to do next time so you can get ready. And then we actually do the thing that comes up next time. We have this giant wheel and it's really mean to us and it tells us horrible things and we have to do them.
For better or worse.
For better or for worse. Sometimes we have good ones and a lot of times we have bad ones. But
I mean, besides the Highlander episodes, we're the ones putting those things on the wheel.
Oh yeah, it's our fault. This is all our fault.
And
but
listeners,
come listen to us.
If
It's
you want
$2
to take
a month.
control
It's $1
of the
an episode.
Patreon,
Take
you
control.
can, as a listener, give us more money and tell us what to watch. You can say, toss the wheel out the window, forget it. I'm in charge now, and we will do whatever you say.
It's been a while since someone has paid us to force us to watch something. I think the last thing was like Christopher Columbus or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you come on over, what it is also too is we try and
Christopher
put
Columbus.
movies that pair with, like when we're filling the wheel, we pair it with movies that we think would be good one-offs, like Zorro. Zorro the Gay Blade was added to the wheel. You know, things that we think would be good. Conan, we got Conan the Barbarian Swordsman, which was nothing having to do with Conan, but it doesn't matter. The point
It also
is,
had push-ups
Yep.
on chairs, right?
Yep.
you got to come join us over on Patreon.
Yeah. And of course, don't forget about social media. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, all that other stuff. We're
Like
on
them
YouTube.
reels.
Like and
them
subscribe.
videos. Yes.
All right, then. Well, I'll see you guys next week for another 2 weeks for Clang Clang.
Cling clang!
What? Cling clang? You said cling clang.
No, I said
No
Clang Clang.
take backs. No.
I never did not. I'll go listen to it. I said Clang Clang, not Clang Clang. I would never say that.
Rick, play it in reverse. And
Only
then
a monster
slow.
would say Clang Clang.
No?
Ting Tang.